Is Kruger National Park still an overlanding or camping destination, or has it become a zoo? Welcome to Get Out Go, I'm Christoph. Join us as we traverse the whole Kruger National Park from north to south, sharing some historical insight, both our own and some vintage archive footage. Let's go have a look.
You are on your way to the world's greatest wildlife sanctuary, Kruger National Park in the Union of South Africa. Here, the largest variety of untamed animal life exists as nature originally intended. The park is the same size as Massachusetts and owes its origin largely to Paul Kruger, one-time president of the old Transvaal Republic. What a contrast this is for the tourist who's never seen lions or elephants, except as they pace discontentedly behind the bars of a city zoo or circus.
Welcome back to Kruger National Park.
Welcome to a brand new adventure. We are on our way to Kruger National Park. We just said how's it to Heinrich and Marissa. You would have seen them in some of our previous episodes as we're in the area. We're at Zaga Naka camp, which is really nice. Never been. So I will show you around just now. We just spent a week at the Umuya Kulula Wildlife Rehabilitation Center. We're in the process of shooting a wildlife documentary series, which will be available at a broadcaster near you soon and eventually on YouTube. So we will let you know when that goes live. This is a really good stopover, I think, on your way to Zimbabwe, to Mapungubwe, to Kruger, or just to get away from the city. Really, really nice. Let me show you around. I really like these campsites. They are private, spacious, and you have views for days. We're near Makado or Louis-Trichardt, and the area is stunning. Earlier this afternoon, we drove around the area with Heinrich and Marissa. There are great little dirt tracks with amazing scenery. There are a few great spots to grab some lunch as well, so that's exactly what we're doing. Zaga Naka is just off the N1, so very accessible, but once you're at camp, it truly feels like you're in the middle of nowhere. This is certainly a great way to start this trip. All the facilities here are also in pristine condition. The bathrooms are neat and clean and beautifully decorated. It's a nice morning for a sleep-in, but we're heading further north today. After topping up our drinking water, we'll be on our way. Good morning to a very wet Zaga Naka campsite. Like I mentioned earlier, we spent about a week filming wildlife documentary, and we had rain pretty much every night, and we have now since yesterday evening had non-stop rain. The bridge to Nthakeni, where we headed next, is apparently flooded. So we're driving there now just to check if we can cross. If not, we'll probably head to Pafuri and then just see if we can get an extra night at Punda Maria camp. Yeah, it's rain like this, not always pleasant, but we're making do.
It's a challenge to camp in the rain to keep stuff clean. It's not so much the wet, but the mud is quite a challenge. And yeah, it's okay. It's all part and parcel of the fun.
Yeah, fun. It's like the mud gets to me as well after a while. Getting in and out is like everything's just covered in mud. But anyways.
My feet are permanently wet.
Yeah.
I've just got slip-flops on, and that's just as easy.
Yep, I've got mine on as well, because shoes, there's no point to shoes at the moment.
Oh.
All right, we're about to get onto the N1 for a bit, and then let's see if we can get to Nthakeni. It's a 174-kilometer, 2-hour drive to our next camp, Nthakeni Bush and River Camps. Then we head to Kruger, entering at the Pafuri Gate. Even with the rain, this is still a great drive. The further north you drive, the worse the roads get though, and we soon pick up a problem. So we're just changing tyre quickly. I've got a bolt, like an M8 bolt that went straight into the tyre. I've never seen anything like that. So we'll just change to the spare right now, and then we'll see if we can get a mushroom plug somewhere at a tyre place, because those you can't just plug yourself because it's a hole like this now. We'll see if we can get that fixed. Thanks to the guy at Astron for helping us do this quick. Let's go have a look. I'm grateful our TPMS picked up the puncture in time though, so we could still change the tyre. So thanks to the guys at Astron, we just did quick work of the changing to the spare. Oh yeah, it's like a M8 M10 bolt that's through the tyre. That's a new one for me. So we're just going to carry on with the spare for now. We're just inside Kruger, so there's nothing really rough. And probably stop at Palaborwa or something to just get a mushroom plug, because normal plugs, you'll need like 15 of those to plug that hole. So I'd rather just do it properly with a mushroom plug. It's still raining. Yeah, we'll have to see just now if we can cross this bridge to Nthakeni, because yeah, especially if there's a lot of water flow, I don't want to be messing with that, but let's see. Thankfully, the water level has dropped enough for us to cross safely. Welcome to Nthakeni Bush and River Camps. This is definitely one of my favorite camps in South Africa. We will show you around just now. We did manage to get across the bridge, obviously. Hopefully we can get out again tomorrow as well, as we hit Kruger. So if you want to camp in the Pafuri area, there aren't any campsites yet inside the Kruger. But this is a very, very, very nice alternative. It's only 8 kilometers from the Pafuri gate. It is really spectacular. The attention to detail here is just above and beyond. It's right next to the Mutali River. You can camp right next to the river or under some baobabs. It's really, really, really nice. Tomorrow we head into Pafuri, if we get over the bridge. And then officially our Kruger adventure starts. We're staying at Croc's Corner today, but I can literally recommend any of these campsites. All the campsites are private and spacious, and it feels like you're camping in the middle of a giant forest. Camping beneath a baobab is usually pretty special as well. The kitchens and bathrooms are immaculate. You have flushing toilets and wood-fired hot water showers. There are lots of great little trails to explore on foot as well. So this is what we call locally a donkey, a hot water donkey. So this is a fire-powered hot water boiler. And these usually work well. Well, Nthakeni's works really well. Some of them don't work so well. Just make a small fire. You don't want a too massive fire. This one does have a release valve. Some of them don't, so you can literally blow this up if you make too big a fire. So just a small fire. These at Nthakeni work really well. And by the way, this is a propane fire stick. Now, some of you have asked why this and not fire lighters. This is way more effective, especially if you're dealing with hardwood. A lot of our wood is hardwood. It's not like pine or cedar or anything like that. So this works really well. We're just checking the tire pressure on the spare. It seems that's flat as well. I don't know if it's got a slow puncture or they just didn't pump it enough. Incidentally, in these 2 episodes, I will be giving away one of these Indeflate. It's a 2-hose in or deflator. All you have to do is find the code word, which I'll put underneath the screen here somewhere, in this episode, and then they'll be in the next episode as well. So have a look for that. Good morning. We just left Nthakeni Bush and River Camps. Had a nice long chat with Kobus and Annalise again. I cannot understate how much we like this place. Definitely, if you're in the Pafuri area, do check it out. We really, really like this camp. It was your first time. What did you think about Nthakeni?
I need to come back. I need more than just one day there. It is beautiful. The attention to detail, it's clean, it is just amazing. These guys know what they're doing, but they also put a lot of love into the place itself. So I would make it almost my #1 camping spot at this point in time. It is wow.
It's really worth it, like I say, and since there's no camping at Pafuri inside of Kruger, if you want to explore Pafuri but camp, this is a really great alternative. And even if you just want to stay here, there's some really nice hiking trails, so we'll definitely come. So we on our way to the Pafuri gate. Then we'll show you around the area, and then we head to our first camp inside Kruger, which is Punda Maria. I don't think you've been to Punda Maria also in many years, right?
I think we've been there with Sean, but it's many years ago. So I can't really remember it all that well. I think we arrived late and we were up early again. So yeah, it'll be nice to see that. And I need to do washing.
Yeah, so that's the upside of Kruger camps. At least the bigger camps usually have washing facilities and yeah, all the amenities. They have shops, so it's not our usual bunda bashing. Yeah, so let's check into the park, then I'll show you around inside Pafuri, and then we head to Punda Maria. It's a very quick drive to the gate. This gate hasn't always looked like this. It used to be further down the road, and the reception office was a caravan. The gate, as you see it today, was opened in 2004. So we've just checked into the Pafuri gate. If you didn't know, Kruger usually has two sort of fee structures. One is for campsites, and then the other fees are conservation fees. You pay those even for a day visit. If you get yourself a wild card though, the cost of that goes down quite a bit. We've got one for a couple, for all clusters, what they call, which means we can go into any national park in South Africa and not have to pay conservation fees, and that just means some steady income for them as well. So I can highly recommend one of those. You can enter Kruger National Park with a normal sedan. You don't need a 4x4. There are also various accommodation options, so you don't have to camp if you can't or don't want to camp. There are some nice chalets and all sorts of lodges, you name it, it's got it. All right, now we're heading to the Pafuri picnic spot. We've heard that some of the roads have been closed due to all the rain we've been having, which is no surprise. So we'll see if it's open. If it is, we'll show you what that looks like just now. We're heading down the H19 and then we'll stop at the Pafuri picnic spot as well as Crook's Corner. Then we'll continue south to our first camp in the park, Punda Maria. This is the Lavuvu River. You can actually get out of your car here between the lines on the bridge. This runs all the way down to Makuya. Regular viewers would know that episode. It's great to see this much water in it. It's really right up to the banks. Rain was late this year, so it's good that it finally came. We definitely need it, and there's lots of it seems. The scenery here is very different to the rest of Kruger's, so do take a moment to take it all in. Unfortunately, both the S63 and 64 are closed, so we can't show you any of the sites. Do check out some of my older videos though to see the Pafuri picnic spot and Crook's Corner. So this is the less glamorous side of overlanding. We've already been on the road more than a week now, haven't we? Yeah, we were filming this documentary series, so it's time for some washing. Fortunately, they do have washing machines and tumble dryers at the bigger camps in Kruger. It is a bit expensive though. It's like $100 for 2 loads, so it's not cheap. But yeah, that's what we have, and some washing coming up. Goes into this grill. So we've just been washing and taking it easy. We've set up camp and we've got a fire going. At least the rain subsided for now. But it is cooking. It's in the sort of 40 degrees. So it's hot. But at least we can have a fire once we're done with the washing here. We'll have a braai. For those of you uninitiated, that is like a sacred barbecue in South Africa. And like I said, just taking it easy. So first thing tomorrow morning, really early, we'll go out for a game drive. A lot of the loops, a lot of the dirt roads have been closed due to the rains, unfortunately. I think this is primarily so little sedans and rentals don't get stuck there. But unfortunately we can't go there either. So we'll see if some of those open up, or we see enough around the tar roads. We'll stay here another night. Otherwise we might head to Shingwedzi earlier. We'll see. I do like Punda Maria. It's a traditional campsite, but when it's out of season, it's particularly nice. We first camped here together in 2008. Yes, that's a much younger me. Morning. As you can see, it's stopped raining. And it is now cooking again, so it's like one extreme to the other. Either it's 40 degrees Celsius or it's raining. It's good to have a little bit of a break from the rain so everything can dry out, but it is absolutely cooking, like I say, and it's humid. It's very quiet at camp, which is nice. Punda Maria can get a little bit busy in season. And one thing to note, if you're camping by the fence and it rains, it's literally like a river coming through here. So we sort of picked a secluded spot that's out of the drainage system, which is pretty nice actually. We're going to check if we can change our second night here to Shingwedzi, move that up, and then our night at Shingwedzi add to Tsenze Rustic Camp, because that's one of our favorites. All the roads up here, the dirt roads and the little loops have been closed. That's due to the rain, which is a little silly, but I think it's for mainly that little sedans don't get stuck there and they have to pull it out probably. The roads themselves look okay, I don't know. So let's go change that booking and then we'll take a game drive down to Shingwedzi. At reception you'll also find a restaurant and a shop.
So basically we're moving.
It obviously hasn't always looked like this though. Punda Maria, then called Punda Maria, was built in the 1930s. You can still see some of these very buildings here today. Punda Maria was originally part of the Shingwedzi Reserve, which was later incorporated into the Kruger National Park. So we're on our way to Shingwedzi. Sanparks are usually pretty accommodating to change bookings if there's space, obviously, unlike NWR in Namibia. So that was pretty easy. We're on our way to Shingwedzi now. Punda Maria was originally part of the Shingwedzi Reserve, and the game warden at the time there, Kat Kuter, reportedly saw zebra, and the Swahili word for zebra is Punda Maria, which means striped donkey, and that is one of the possible origins of the name Punda Maria. What did you think after so many years being back at Punda Maria?
Yeah, I remember it differently. I don't, I mean, sometimes your memory is a bit screwy when it's so far in the past. It was very quiet. I remember it being busier when we were here. But it was good. We actually managed to braai again a little after all the rain, which was great. So yeah, it was a good stay.
The bathrooms on the gents' bathroom still has lots of work. It looks like they might have fixed up the ladies' bathroom. But come on, please, guys, it's it's been like that for years now. So I think that could needs a little bit of maintenance and a lot of cleaning. Other than that, it can get really busy during peak seasons, but still one of the camps we really like. Shingwedzi is quite a bit bigger, I think. There's a lot more chalets and all of that, so it does get a bit more busy and day visitors. But also really like the area around that, so let's go check that out. The Mahoney Loop's been opened at least, so we're going for a quick drive there first. This is actually one of my favorite loops in Kruger. On the next episode, we continue our drive south, stopping at some great sights along the way. We camp and explore around Shingwedzi, and we meet up with some good friends at Senze.